Are you listening? Damn.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this live fireside chat. I know that it has been such a long time since a lot of you have had the opportunity to enjoy a binge-worthy video live, so I definitely wanted to come in and surprise y'all like a thief in the night and really get some things going and get into some things. So I'm going to be opening up the line soon for you guys to call in because I definitely want you guys to be able to chat with me, and we're really going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13, and y'all know that we got a lot to talk about. Or maybe we don't got a lot to talk about because we ain't been having a lot to look forward to. But we're going to get into all of that. But before we get started, to allow some more people to go ahead and join in, I'm definitely going to play a little clip from one of my latest videos about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13. And after that one's over with, in about 5 minutes, I'll be right back and we'll go ahead and get this party started.
I remember being one of the people who was so happy to hear that Kenya Moore had found the love of her life a few years ago when she played all of us and married a mystery man on some remote Caribbean island somewhere. And when the photos started coming out and we were able to catch a glimpse of her new boo thing, Team Twirl was loud and proud about how Kenya Moore won. And even when Bravo was playa hating, we were still twirling with our queen when she announced at the reunion that the rumors were true and she would be having her first child with her new Prince Charming. We just couldn't take it, and even Nene Leakes was left shook and smiling from ear to ear.
Hi, Kenya.
Hi, Andy.
Any word of a baby twirl?
We will definitely be welcoming a boy or girl this year.
Are you serious? Don't play with us, Kenya.
I wouldn't play about anything like that. I can't wait.
So what the happened? Yeah, things got really toxic really quickly, and it's just so sad to me that Kenya Moore is having such a hard time managing this co-parenting situation. I mean, we already know that Kenya Moore's husband, Marc, has no problem making his demands known, but I really thought that their divorce would go smoothly. And if I'm really being honest, I definitely thought that they were working on fixing things, especially since Marc hasn't really been on this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Kenya told us just a few months ago that they were working on things, and I felt like I understood that the divorce was definitely off the table.
Where do the two of you stand, and have you filed for divorce yet? He did file and withdrew it less than 24 hours later, so we've kind of got past that. I have not filed for divorce. Right now, Marc is really fighting for his marriage. He wants to go to counseling.
In my mind, I guess I thought that it was the show that was frustrating him with their relationship. But apparently, Marc is controlling the way that Kenya handles Brooklyn, and that's where she draws the line and has decided to seek full custody in their split.
There are too many things that come up where he fights with me on what I can and cannot do with Brooklyn.
It's just sad to me that things have clearly started to get out of hand.
I am definitely afraid of having anything that's nasty between us because this is a man that is Brooklyn's father. I'm just hoping it doesn't become contentious.
Comment right now and let me know, do you guys feel like Kenya Moore should be able to do whatever she sees fit with her daughter Brooklyn? Or do you feel like Marc Daly is definitely well within his rights? Now, I know that some of y'all caught wind of this tea last week when Kenya Moore's husband, Marc, put out a statement re-announcing his split from Kenya out of nowhere. The statement reads, "After recently attending mediation, Kenya and I have agreed to end our marriage. I will always have great care for her and look forward to amicably continuing to co-parent our daughter, Brooklyn, with an abundance of love and wisdom. As always, in addition to perpetual self-improvement, my primary focus will continue to be helping the underserved and people of color in Brooklyn to recover from the negative impact of the pandemic. This focus will take whatever. Girl, I'm not even reading that because you are full of it. How are you going to take advantage of this statement about you divorcing your wife again, who you didn't even finish divorcing the first time, and use it as an opportunity to plug your business endeavors? Boy, bye.
I never found you funny. I never found you entertaining. I never found you smart. I just found you annoying.
And yeah, I was just like really perplexed because first of all, girl, nobody asked. And secondly, this was the day before Kenya Moore would celebrate her 50th birthday. And I'm sorry, but there is just not that much turmoil and chaos and toxic relationships in the world for you to need to do that. I feel like it was just really nasty, spiteful, and absolutely unnecessary. Marc, girl, you aren't even really a public figure like that. We do not need statements from you, sis. If you plan on going down to the courthouse, do that and let Kenya release a statement whenever she's ready because she's the celebrity. She's the public figure. She's the one that we're watching on TV. We don't need a statement from you.
Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting!
I don't know. I just need like 2 seconds to just cool off and I'll be right back. Okay, well, YouTube said I don't have that many, seconds to play around and cool off, so, I'm back. But clearly I'm biased, so let me know if this is the way that y'all move, or if y'all agree with me on this. And the story gets a little more twisted. Remember how Kenya Moore would always speak in interviews about how private her husband is and how he didn't want to be involved with her in reality TV and he hated her reality TV lifestyle even though he married her during her prime reality TV days? Yes, well apparently Gossip got exclusive tea about Marc Daly allegedly prepping for a reality TV show of his own. And I gotta be honest, that 5-second, however long break that I took did not help. I still just really want to fight.
Hello guys, thank you so much. Hope you guys watched that video the first time, and if you didn't, I'm glad that I was able to watch it together with you guys tonight. Well, I went ahead and I placed the link in the chat, so I want you guys to go ahead and call in, and we are definitely going to have a really good time tonight. Now, I already have a very special guest who is joining me tonight, and I'm trying to convince her to be my co-host for the night. So everybody welcome my friend and a loyal Real Housewives of Atlanta fan and blogger, Michelle ATLian Brown.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. Look, I'm over here still trying to get all these passwords, honey. I'm
Yeah,
so excited, Justin. You got me off the couch and online. I wasn't gonna go live tonight.
well, I wasn't going to go live until we talked earlier, and listening to you talk about, how you've been holding down the streets and how fun it's been really inspired me to
Okay.
hop on live tonight. So
Well, I'm excited that you're back. Now we
glad to
can
be back. I am loving all of the people in the comments, but I want some of you guys to tune in. Hello. A lot of you guys are joining for the first time tonight, and that is really exciting. Unfortunately, the show has not really given us a lot to look forward to. So it's really been hard creating Housewives content, right, Michelle?
Very difficult. Look, you know where I stand. I'm like, I'll just go live and let everybody else talk about it, because at this point it's just hard to be, inspired by this lack of, I don't know, whatever they're doing this season. It just sucks to me.
Right. And for me, it's just really, on one hand, it's kind of like I'm not really that interested, and I, have not really been inspired to talk. But at the same time, I do feel like, I have an obligation to my binge watchers, all of you guys that are here tonight, to try to push through it and come up with something to talk about. But it has really been hard. And I just am so upset and disappointed with how our girls are going down like this.
So what do you think would make it better? Like what is like the missing component?
That's the thing that I kind of want to talk about today. And guys, everybody who's listening, I normally prepare and I normally have some videos to insert and some memes and all of that. I didn't really do that today because today I wanted to have an authentic, chat, and we can go back and forth about what we think the show needs, and we can, come up with our own little binge-worthy theories tonight. But I just think that it's time for them to, and I know everybody keeps saying it every time the show goes left, but I think it's finally time to play that Phaedra card.
But the Phaedra card.
I have a certain way that I wanted to go down. So I want Candy to have two options. I want Candy to have a conversation with Phaedra, and we would love for her to put everything behind her. It doesn't have to take her one episode. It can be 2 or 3 episodes, but we don't want to drag it out. I don't want it to be 4 or 5 or 7 or 8 episodes, but Candy needs to find out that Phaedra is back in the group, and then Phaedra needs to do her best to try to have a conversation. And they really need to either option one, hug it out, Phaedra really apologize. I don't know if Candy just, what Candy needs to do, but I feel like Bravo has given her enough time to recover from that. They have amplified her voice. And I feel like if Candy, and we know this about Candy, Candy likes to do what's good for the show. And she's one of the people like Nene, I feel like, doesn't want the show to go down. So with that being said, she really needs to consider having that conversation and moving past it. And option 2, if she doesn't, she needs to have an iconic Kim Zolciak moment, get her little spinoff, and go ahead and do her restaurant spinoff. And that's that. And then we try to recover the show. I think they need to go ahead and bring the Fallon girl in full time. So I'm thinking Portia, Fallon, Candy, and Phaedra, package deal. Then Kenya, and we can, Cynthia can do Beverly Hills or something. I don't know.
Are you just gonna send Cynthia to oblivion over there with Eva somewhere?
Right.
Did you mention Eva coming back?
No, I'm not really that interested in Eva coming back.
Okay.
Let me look at some of the comments. What do you guys think about my little formula for how to recover Real Housewives of Atlanta? Are you guys feeling like we need to let Phaedra go? Do you feel like Phaedra can come back as a package deal and Katie got to get over it? Or how do you guys feel?
I'm trying to share your link tonight too. Hold on.
Thank you.
What the people saying?
Thank you guys for the super chat. Brandy M. Phaedra was not the least bit remorseful and it was disgusting. Please rewatch the reunion from that season. Phaedra is not the answer. Here's the thing about that. I was one of the people who was the loudest, holding Phaedra accountable. So much so that I was blocked. And I feel like we live in a world that is very, I wouldn't say forgiving, but we move on. And I feel like no decision that people make should really last forever. Like people go to jail and they do a sentence. Like people aren't just punished forever. So I feel like the only thing that makes like a punishment effective to me is if you give people a chance to kind of show you that they learn. Like what good is it for her to have been punished and then we never know, like, did she learn her lesson or not? All we know is she's off to other shows and doing Fly Tummy Tea and whatever else she got to do.
You're on a whole nother network though.
So if we don't do it for Phaedra, do it for the boys. Let's do it for the boys. And let's do it for our show.
Okay.
Somebody said this season is pure garbage. Yeah, so for this segment, let's talk about what we can do to turn that around. Or is it even possible to turn that around? Because I noticed something, over the last few weeks with me trying to do Housewives again. There's a lot of shows that y'all are over, and there's a lot of shows that y'all don't want me to talk about. And there's a lot of shows like Basketball Wives where y'all have problems. And my thing is, what am I supposed to do? Just shut up? Like, I got to talk about something. How do you feel about that? It's like all of the shows that we like, people have found some way to be upset and to not watch. But what are y'all watching? Because I want to talk about shows.
Netflix and Hulu and whatever else. I feel like a lot of the times, like the way I kind of overcome the mundane situation about the housewives is start talking about, the social media aspect, you know what I'm saying? Or what's going on or what people are talking about or just the drama or the controversy surrounding them. And so I'm like, let me just talk about that instead of talking about the show. And that's more fun to me. But I don't know. How do you feel?
For me, the reason why I do such a good job talking about Housewives of Atlanta is I've done it consistently. So, I've learned the girls. I have like probably 1 million files on my computer, GIFs, whatever. Like sometimes I'm just going through my photos and I'm just thinking about like, damn, this funny thing that Phaedra did or this funny thing that Nene did years ago. And I think that helps me to be a really good creator. So on one hand, I do want to experiment with other shows. Somebody put Bell Collective. Bell Collective is one of the shows that I would love to talk about, but I won't be snatching stuff down and I don't have time to risk everything.
It's a battle though. I mean, I know with you because, you're so creative with using the clips and all of that stuff. And so once you have, a groove that, you have this relationship with Bravo and Real Housewives or whatever, it's kind of hard to go, to jump from that ship to something else. And then, have to deal with the whole politics and stuff all over again. So I don't know.
And for me, things that, people want me to talk about is very time sensitive. So by the time it takes me to watch a show after everybody's watched it, then to like download all of the stuff to really get a really good story to tell, like that takes time. And it's just like, that's one of the reasons why I haven't talked about Bell Collective. I've been in communication with producers of that show, trying to get footage and get the right to talk about that show. And it's been a really slow process. Now we're on to episode 3 and it's like, okay, do I talk about this show that I actually really like and do it late? So that's another thing that people have to take into consideration is y'all be over stuff so fast. So with new shows, it takes time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fox the Demi-Goddess. She says, since we suffered Trump, at this point, Parks would be a breath of fresh air. With that said, love the team up. Thank you so much. And I definitely appreciate the super chat tonight. Yeah, I love having conversations with Michelle. We talk about
We talk offline
Housewives.
all the time.
Right.
It's like, where do we go from here? What do we do? Like, I'm so uninspired, and I try to get inspired from other things, and Justin keeps me inspired, honestly, because the shade, if you don't know, he is so shady. Ooh, he's trying to be all, acting all tight-lipped tonight, but when I say you have a PhD in RHOA too, so, what's your favorite? What's your favorite season? Like, let's talk about, some of the things that, would make you come back now. You know what I'm saying? After your little hiatus.
Like, say that again?
Like your favorite seasons. Like, is there something that, would trigger you to want to come back? Like, say, if they incorporated something from, say, season 5 or season 4 or whatever, because I know you kind of, dive into the intricacies of, the little dramas each season. So, I mean, I'm just thinking about what could save this season and make you want to like talk about it, I guess. And I guess I'm saying it in a roundabout way.
I feel like with this season, like, I'm just going to go ahead and blame this season on quarantine, quarantine. I don't think that there's any saving this season because, and we talked about this offline, the thing that Bravo feels is the most binge-worthy and the most exciting is what happens on, with Strippergate. A lot of you guys who watch YouTube, YouTube is pretty strict about what we're able to talk about and make a living and to get viewers. And that's one of the things that we obviously can't talk about. And I've never really said this publicly, but one of the reasons why I was over talking about this season is when I release my trailer video, I normally get hundreds of thousands of views with the trailer. And it's not to say that it's really about the views, but like that video got flagged. It's non-advertiser friendly. And that really discouraged me with this season because that's like the most hype thing. Everything else is pretty boring. Cynthia's wedding is exciting to me, and I've made videos over the summer, covering her wedding, but the wedding isn't going to be on the show. So to me, it was really discouraging that the highlight of the season is Strippergate, and the place where I make videos for you guys is YouTube, and YouTube saying no. Girl, don't be posting no shit like that.
Yeah, and then you're talking about the sex scandal and those trigger words as soon as you say something about sex or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it put me in a place to where it's like, okay, well, people aren't gonna watch, my videos as much because they're not watching the show as much on one hand. Then on the other hand, they're not going to be able to watch my videos if I talk about Strippergate because YouTube is going to shut my stuff down. So it's like, there's really no way to win. So that's the reason why it took me some time. And that's not the only reason. I did also relocate to California, and there's just different things that are going on. We'll talk about this later, but I'm working on my own original content, my own reality series. So there's a lot of things
You're doing big things. So
there's a lot of reasons why I'm not out here, watching Housewives as much and talking about Housewives as much because, it just is what it is. So unfortunately, I hope that after this season, also with everything that's going on with Nene Leakes, I hope that Bravo has like a huge team meeting or something. They need to talk to Truly Original. They need to talk to Andy. Everybody needs to go wear a mask and sit in a boardroom and really face the truth. And the truth is they're fumbling and it's unfortunate. And what are they going to do about
all this money that's going towards diversity and what is happening? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got an email today from NBC.
Really?
Talking about celebrating Black History. So I guess the money went here. So it's going to go to John Legend and all these other people. But my thing is, John Legend, he stays booked. Give our girls a coin.
Well, I mean, they may have given Candy something. She did a little Black Lives Matter, Black History Month PSA.
Right. Okay, I have a
salute to Candy.
I have one caller in the queue.
Over here, like.
Right, I have one caller in the queue. I'm gonna go ahead and add him, and let's see if he has anything to say about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Justin. Hey. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm just gonna be quick because I am at work. Well, I wanted to know, you kind of already just talked about it right now, but I wanted to know, what do you think about Nene? Like, if she did decide to come back, do you think that's a good decision for her, considering everything that she's accusing Bravo of?
You want to know if I think it would be a good idea for her to come back?
Yeah, what do you think?
For me, it's really hard because since the beginning, for those of you guys who have watched my channel since the beginning, I always feel like Black.
By the way, you do a good job. I remember. Okay, so little side note. I'm not just ask you a question. I'm sorry. Look, when I first started watching you, I was in college or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You still there? Okay.
Yeah.
I was in college, and I remember like getting up early and going down there. I would be eating my breakfast and listening to you. You did really good breakdowns, and I really want you to go back to that. I mean, I know you're working on other things too, but you got to keep us fed. But I just wanted to say that. You can continue.
I appreciate it, and I am going to do my best to fight through this hiccup with the show, because if I do it, it won't be for me and it won't be for Bravo anymore. It'll be for you guys. And I will never completely just stop doing commentary, even when I do my shows, because that's just my thing. Like with this time that I haven't been making videos as much, hanging with my friends, they're showing me that I've done this forever. Like, I've always had an opinion. I've always really, been the loudest one about, trying to convince people to see the world through my eyes. So y'all can rest assured that it's something I probably will always do. But getting back to your first question, I think it's unfortunate what's happening with Nene. In the beginning, I know that it was kind of cute and kind of funny, and then we were kind of like, wait a minute. We just watched it get out of control, and unfortunately, I think that it's to the point to where there is no return for her, like, coming back on the show, unless Bravo has like a moment where they really acknowledge this. Like, it's gonna have to be like a Good Morning America interview, something to say, hey, even if we didn't know, we were doing wrong, or some people within our organization was, doing horrible stuff or not making the correct choices and the correct decisions. And we just want to acknowledge that, and we want to do the right thing. To me, that wouldn't be a horrible thing. I would feel comfortable watching Bravo. I would still, I think that that's the perfect move to make, but it's unrealistic. And then I feel like with Nene, I just wish she would have been a little more strategic about it, because my core belief is anything can change. And right now, we're progressing a lot, and I feel like people are acknowledging some of the wrongdoings that Black people have faced, like, more than ever. And I just feel like I worry that Nene is doing what she's doing in a way that there's no room for them to really do right. But I don't know everything. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I said in my last video about Married to Medicine that I think it's weird because the attorney who is helping Nene with Boycott Bravo or whatever, he was on Married to Medicine. He was in their trailer. So
I got to see about that a little bit, I guess.
I was wondering, like, is
See,
Bravo...
I need your breakdown videos.
Exactly. We've been missing these breakdown videos because just talking about it, doesn't put it in black and white. And so just we see stuff talking about, but you're so good at what you do that we
Right.
need it all out there. So
Yeah.
we
It's really
put it
talent.
out there.
So yeah, in the Married to Medicine trailer, like we know by now, with every one of Bravo's black shows, I feel like they're having a moment, and a lot of other networks are having a moment where they are talking about Black Lives Matter, and I feel like they feel like that's the right thing to do. I genuinely feel like they feel that way. So I wasn't surprised that they did it with Married to Medicine, but again, when that attorney Crump, like when they showed him in the trailer, because if it was me, I would have politely edited him right on out the season. Because because you're out here telling my girls not to watch my network.
Right.
So to me, that makes me wonder, like, are we being produced, or like what? How did that happen?
It kind of makes you wonder, like, what is the reason why all of the, like, it seemed like for Married to Medicine, they're bringing back a lot of the old talents as well. Like they got Lisa, they have Carrie. They're really starting to dig back into that old bag, and I think that's because Bravo has a way of treating colored women unfair. More people need to speak on it, and I feel like they
Right.
try to mute them in the wrong type of way. So for Nene, I feel like Nene was really holding this show together. She was a really big factor in this show. And I feel like Nene had a big following. She had a lot of fans. They still have fans now, but I feel like they let her go. They let Mariah from Married to Medicine. You know about that, right? So
Yeah.
Married to Medicine allegedly. I mean, do I need to say alleged? I don't know, but Mariah is suing the network, and she is teaming up with Nene to take action, and they're coming for blood. So
Right.
that's just the word around. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, I
You
heard
could.
as far as the Ben Crump situation is concerned, that
Oh shit.
and getting all of the details about her allegations. So a lot of people were questioning, oh, where I go? I'm like, Justin, they cut me off. But a lot of people were questioning, if that happened before or after, their live stream that they did. And so
I'm
I
sure it was
heard,
before.
that it was before, but he didn't know of, the extent of the allegations. And now here we are with, him doing that live, and I don't know that he's actually representing her, or if that was just a conversation, for social media, or what the case may be. But it does kind of lend to pause. Like it kind of, to me, gives Bravo a heads up. Like, yeah, we got him on our show, and he was just talking to Nene. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just kind of makes the situation a little sketchy.
But as a person who has a platform, wouldn't you, before you release that, wouldn't you have edited that out?
Maybe, but it kind of benefits them though. They kind of thrive off of controversy though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
So
true.
yeah, people are going to be talking about it, and people are going to be equating it. So now Nene's name is now associated with Married to Medicine.
Right. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to discuss, Majestic MJ? Because I want to take some more calls.
Oh no, go ahead. I just wanted to get on her. I think I already overstayed my welcome. Just wanted to ask you, and I just wanted to kind of give you some flowers.
All right. Well, I
But
appreciate
I
it.
love your content. I want you to keep us fed. All right, I'm gone.
All right. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, boo.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, that's Cordero. Hey, Cordero.
Yes, Cordero. Hey, girl. Yes, I'm Team Alien over here. But Justin, I have to say, I've always, you have some of the best trailers I have ever seen for the introduction to the Housewives. So the best trailers. Now, I'm not, you Team Twirl, but I give you slack because your trailers just are amazing. But I knew something was brewing when I haven't had anything from you. I said, he's not liking nothing. I actually commented that on your page and you saw it coming.
I did see a comment, and I was like, oh, how somebody is reading between the lines.
I said, he giving me basketball wise, but no. I said, okay, that's cool. But
But then people mad about basketball wives too. Like, dang.
of course they are. You can't. People are just staying mad. But what I wanted to say is, I totally understand. It's really unfortunate what's happening with in ATL, and I truly think that I don't think Nene's going to ever come back. I don't think that these white people are never going to admit what they did was wrong. They're not going to. And Nene's not coming back. Like, people can just get over that. She's not coming back to the network. It wouldn't make sense for her to come back after everything that she's doing now and what they have been doing to her and what they've been doing to other people. She's not coming back. So, okay.
Why do you feel like never, though? Never is a long time.
Never is a long time.
Nene's not coming back. Like, she don't get me wrong. I love me some Nene Leakes, but I do wish she would have been more strategic in her moves. I think she's kind of like me. Sometimes I say shit before I'm like, oops, how can I backtrack this? But it was too late to backtrack it. And then everything else that unfolded with Andy and how he treats other Black women, and it's too much to dissect for Bravo to actually give a damn, in my opinion. And so it's just easier to keep her away than to deal with their issues.
I believe that can only work for so long, though. I think that it's cute, but it's not sustainable. Like, at some point, the truth will come out, and at some point, what if the ratings is what if the ratings mean that there are actually a lot of people who feel like, hey, Bravo is really moving like that? We're not really watching the show. I think that it's a combination of the two. I think that the show is just not doing a good job evolving. And then it's possible that a lot of people really are standing by Nene, because as a creator, I do think that it's weird for me to talk about a show where someone who looks like me and someone who I respect and someone who looks like my mom, my sisters, my aunts is saying that she was treated the way that she was treated. It does make it really awkward for me, not to the point to where I feel like I can't create, but I want a resolution. And I think it's weird to me to see, like somebody pointed out on Michelle's video the other day, that Lonnie Love asked Candy about it finally. And I remember wanting the tea. Like, I wanted Candy to finally speak on it. And I just feel like Candy, her response made me feel like, maybe there is a little bit of truth to it, but Candy's not really experiencing it herself. And I just think that just gets weird, because if it's as bad as Nene said it is, I personally could not watch her suffer and collect the check.
I mean, that's true. I agree. I think there's layers to what you're saying. I think Bravo would care if these ratings were happening. There's so many reasons why their ratings are down. And I think that they're going to stay on the other reasons and not focus on the Nene part. One, COVID. If you think about it, Housewives of Atlanta is the only show that's really on right now that actually filmed during COVID and had all these restrictions. Everything else was done before COVID, or didn't have restrictions in that state. Potomac happened way before COVID. Dallas and all those other things, they didn't have the issues that Atlanta had during COVID. So I think that Bravo is not going to face the truth. They're going to focus on the other things. They're going to say, oh, okay, this season went bad due to COVID. And, people really weren't interested in reality TV because of, Black Lives Matter. And I think they're going to talk about all of the other things that happened that caused the ratings to go down, and not the elephant in the room, because it's easier to do that than to actually face the music and deal with the fact that y'all network is racist as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like that's not sustainable though. I feel like if Nene keeps at it and like with Mariah joining and more people speaking out, I don't think that they will be able to just sweep it up under the rug
Well,
very
you have to look
long.
at it. Black women's voices aren't really are loud, but they're not heard in this country. Look how long it took Monique for people to actually give a damn about what Monique had to say about Netflix. It took them years. And so I think that because there are so many heavy hitters behind the whole network, they're going to keep doing what they have to do to silence Nene or at least wait for people to change their attention span. You know, we have very short attention spans. So, you know, is Nene's voice going to be loud when the season is over? By the time they start filming, are people going to forget? And then, I think that what Nene is doing is great, but there needs to be, and I said this to Michelle weeks ago, it's the messenger that's for other people, because of Nene's personality and things that she's quote unquote done. The messenger was the problem, because you see, as soon as things started happening to a girl from Potomac, everyone started opening their eyes and saying, hey, maybe something is wrong with Andy. When we started hearing about Mariah, wait, maybe something is going on with Bravo. When Nene has been saying this for years. So I think that because the messenger was not the ideal messenger to come out, it's not really still resonating with people. If Portia, came out and joined the bandwagon, maybe that's something that would, get people. If Kenya
And
came out,
that's what I mean when I say that they can only hide it for so long. I believe that the way they handled Kenya, and I know Michelle doesn't, and you probably don't really like Kenya, but the way that they handled her, like I don't feel like that was the best.
Child, what they do to
I
her?
agree. You know what, Justin? I agree with you. And I honestly, over the summer when all of this stuff was happening, I was like, imagine if, there had been a point where Nene and Kenya could have, been friends, and then they could have like kind of went against Bravo together, because Kenya was treated unfairly as well during that whole marriage situation. But, it didn't happen that way, and it is what it is. But I do agree with you. I don't like hate her to the fact that I'm blind to that she wasn't treated fairly, but she was
Yeah.
given the boot, and while other people have done similar things and weren't treated the same. So yeah.
And whenever that happened with Kenya, I didn't think that she would ever be able to recover, and I thought that they would never like bring her back or whatever. And to me, that was an example of them saying, hey, we may not have made the right decision, and I know like Candy was working behind the scenes and so was Cynthia. So I guess there is power in the girls working together for justice. But I just feel like the Nene case will be interesting. I'm fine if Bravo handles it behind the scenes and we never hear resolution. We just see Nene is fine. Like that's
Right.
all I really care about. But I think that it would be nice for them to.
I think that would be trash, honestly. I think that would be trash if they did everything behind the scenes and then all of a sudden we get a new trailer and it's Nene. It's like, wait a minute, what the hell just happened? Like how did we go from boycott to now I'm back with the network? I think that.
Well, by that I don't mean necessarily her coming back. Like if they need to settle with her and give her coins and write her an apology letter, I believe that's between her and the network.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm not really like I don't need it for my entertainment to see the resolution. I want her to be fine for real, and like I'm fine with that.
But I just want this is my one last thing. I just want them to start. I want them to go back to showing Black women in their glory. I'm real. It's really this season. I'm watching it just simply because I am a huge fan of Drew Sidora, so I'm going to continue to watch it. Drew Sidora and Portia. Those are my two favorites. But I don't like how for some reason reality TV has to thrive off of conflict. When we've had shades here and there, but it's never been down to the white meat to where these women like really in real life do not like each other. And I just think that no, I think we're tired of seeing that. I really would have enjoyed seeing Nene and um, um, Kenya liking each other this season. Like I would have loved to see that because it's happened before and it was good to see. I don't understand why it has to be, you know, a Nene versus Kenya, just like, you know, it always had to be Evelyn versus Tammy. And it's just like everyone has, it doesn't, your show can do well without, you know, us seeing two women of color beefing with each other.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I definitely appreciate you calling in, and good to know that you're from the squad.
Yes, I
And
am. Okay, thank you. I'm really enjoying seeing both of you guys do this show together.
Thank you. I'll see you in the chat.
Okay.
Please pick me. Justin, I just want to say thank you for having me on tonight too.
Thank you for coming. We have a new person calling in. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm well.
Kudos to you guys coming together. Michelle definitely sent us over to your page, so I've had some good laughs on your platform. Kudos to you. Like Kadira said, it's definitely a good vibe seeing you guys together. I'm gonna be real brief. So I agreed with everything Kadira said for the most part. Well, I agree with most of what he said for the most part. What I disagree with is the Nene not coming back. As I said in the chat, if they do Where Are They Now, it will give us the opportunity to collectively bring all the ladies back. Also, creating that generational connection, showing, you know, the OGs with the young ladies and just bridging that gap and showing that we can all be in a same space and a shared space respectfully, instead of doing a Monique and waiting 5-7 years to be acknowledged. And that's how we fix the social injustice of now. Like, we keep putting a band-aid on things that are reoccurring and not addressing them. And there are systematic ways to address something. They can pay Nene what she's worth. They can bring all these ladies back to the set and say, let's do a Where Are They Now show and bridge that gap. You understand what I'm saying? We got to stop putting band-aids and letting, you know, the others think that it's okay to just sideswipe. One of the statements that you made were that you would be fine with them, you know, settling this with Nene in the background. And it's not okay, because when it's settled in the background, how do you address it when she dealt with this publicly? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's counterproductive to say, I have a problem, but then you fix the problem in the back. So what happens to the next generation that comes across this problem? They never know how to fix it. And so we keep revisiting this cycle of, you do me wrong, and then, you know, we brush it under the rug.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that really quick. So if what Nene is talking about happened behind the scenes for years, with her contracts, with them, the way they editing her, or her not being able to get the money that she wanted, that didn't happen publicly. That was things that Nene suffered quietly for years with. And my thing is, I believe that I don't necessarily want it to be our entertainment. That's what I'm saying. Like, for our entertainment, I don't feel like we need to be included in whatever they do to resolve it. I feel like they should resolve it behind the scenes. And then if Nene wants to be public after, or if there's anything additional that they want to do to make sure it never happens again, of course, let's do it publicly. But I feel like, if we're honest, a lot of people are wanting a resolution for their entertainment. And I don't think that's
so they can move on and know what side
real healing
to choose and all of that. I get that too, but
I can see where you're coming from, but Michelle had addressed this a couple of lives ago, and like, we really connected the dot with how far this situation goes back when it comes to networks and people of color. And so, like I said, like the Will Smith thing, it was pushed under the rug for almost 20 years, and then when they resolved it, it was 20 years later, too late, you know, and a lot of the information that we got 20 years later, we didn't have. And so now that I have it, I know how to move when it comes to, okay, if I'm presented a contract, how does this contract infringe on my day-to-day life? And that conversation I can have now, knowing what on Viv went through. The conversation of Nene not being able to take gigs because of whatever is in her contract, is something that we can talk about now, because we know to some extent she's locked in to a particular degree. We watch Tamar. Like I said, it's a systematic thing that keeps reoccurring. And if we keep dealing with it in the background, I'm not talking about the entertainment. I'm really talking for knowledge and moving forward. We can't keep being in the same place, in the same cycle over and over. And so the conversations need to happen on the table, so that we, the others, don't go and sit on the table blindsided. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the list goes on. Gabrielle Union, like if she didn't call out, her network and say, I didn't have a black stylist, people felt funny because I said, I would prefer to have a black stylist. She actually listed out what her grievances were. And so now we know going in, like, I could bring a black stylist on set. Once I bring it into the discussion before taking that contract. And so that's what I'm saying. Build a platform so that the next generation doesn't go in blindsided and then have to fight their way through, or go through depression or suicidal attempts, or, all these other negativities to get to that point. Like, let's be bold. Let's be direct. And that's where we at for this generation. Like, let's be direct.
I get it.
I definitely understand. And, I can appreciate your perspective. I think that it's just one of those things to where we will have to agree to disagree with how they should handle it. And respectfully, though.
Yes, most definitely.
Because for me, when I saw Nene doing the interviews, I just felt like, is this real resolve? Like, it's entertainment, and, Tamara Hall and all this stuff is entertaining. And I understand it shined a light on it, and it made it visible, and it got people talking. But I don't know if she got closer to resolve. Mm-hmm. Like, I think,
but the catch-22 with what you're saying, which you're 100% correct, that she got to that point out of frustration. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the conversations were happening, like, even as we sat and we patiently waited for the season to start, everybody was in a frenzy. Is she going to be on set? Is she not going to be on set? She said that she did not end negotiations. You understand what I'm saying? At what point do you like really sit and be quiet, hoping for the best? Because, like I said, we can't wait for 20 years. That's 2 decades. I plan to be here, but your body not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, we slow down, we get older. Like, we can't wait till, the end of time to get resolved. Like, I definitely don't want to see another Aunt Viv happen in my time. And so that's all I'm saying. Like, we got to create the platform and support each other to have direct and bold discussions, stating what we need, what we want, and what would propel us to progress. Because at the end of the day, if you're in a contract, that contract should leave room for you to grow. If nothing else, it should leave room for you to grow. And anything that's going to keep you stagnant is definitely not for you or for us as a people. So overall, like you said, I definitely agree to disagree. But I think at this point in this movement right now, we got to scream from the mountaintop. I like silence. Silence is golden, but come on, you can't. Silence is also, suffrage. And so we got to pick which silence we signing up for. But I said my 3 minutes and I'm going to dip out.
Well, thank you so much for calling in and having some conversation with us.
Definitely. I'll be in the chat.
All right.
I know, Justin, you wanted to be light and everything, and I know everybody is going to be like rah rah Nene, and I you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just my goal. I just want to know what can be different this season. You know what I'm saying? Without rehashing everything. And salute to the people who have been riding, but at some point you got to be like, well, damn, well, now what? Some people are still watching. There's a lot of people who aren't because of Nene, but then there's that gray area, because again, like I said the other day, I don't really have a dog in the fight. So what is it that I do from here? You know what I'm saying? We understand the whole Black Lives Matter movement and justice, all of that, protect Black women. But then it's like, okay, we're outraged. Now what? We gotta start to figure out what can be done to change the status quo, on a basic level before we get, all the way up to to the suits in the towers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I remember watching Real Housewives of Atlanta for an escape, and watching reality TV for an escape for two reasons: for the escape, and then to be like, dang, like I want to, have, I want to hire like Deshaun Snow, like I want to hire staff, and I want to like learn and like just have a good time.
Yeah,
So I
because that
hate
video
that
you
it's
did on Deshaun Snow, it was like clickbaity, like I can't remember what the title was, but it was all about where's Deshaun Snow or whatever. I thought that was the greatest video because nobody one had been talking about her. Like, now you do one on Lisa Wu or something. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to keep the fans entertained, even if they choose not to watch this season for whatever reason, the boycott or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. So that's what I mean by, in inspiring myself or trying to, get out of this rut. I try to think of, okay, well, what else can I talk about besides, what they're airing? I can talk about all the good times that we had watching it. You know what I mean? So right. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, like, I don't mind when like hot drama, like when Ken got divorced or when Cynthia got married or when they shot up the OLG. Like, I don't mind talking about that stuff, but I don't like whenever it turns too political and I have to sit here and be like, oh, like I have to not watch the show because Nene's suing. So of course I care.
You in a bad position. I get it.
I want her to win, but it's like, okay, like, can we have our fantasy back? Right. Can we have some fun? But yeah, so there are some more people in the queue. I want to take some more calls. Hello.
Hello.
I just added two of you guys. I have Sam and Lisa. How are you guys doing?
I'm okay.
Sam is in Team Twirl, honey.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I can't hear Lisa.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Hey, you guys. Hi.
Okay, Lisa, let me talk first because I'm going to be real quick.
I thought it was
You're not going to let ladies go first?
I'm going ladies first, but I'm going to be real quick. I'm not going to be on long at all. Okay. Nene need to go to Zeus. She need to leave Bravo alone and just go with the Zeus. It's over. If you don't like these people, just leave them alone. How you going to take money off the rest of the black girls' plate by saying boycott? That's
Sam, show your face. And you got our child support t-shirt on. What's up with that?
Nene on me child support.
Well, thank you for calling in and keeping it short.
Please tell Nene to go to Zeus. I'm telling you, it's gonna be big.
Do you work for Zeus? I'm sorry, just
I may, but like I said, tell her to go to Zeus.
Nene is better than Zeus. That's shade.
Don't say
that. Is shade.
That is shade.
She's not better than.
That's shady.
How is that shady?
Sam,
because Zeus has all of the washed up VH1 girls.
How is that shady? I mean, it's not what you trying to down the other girls that's on Zeus. You down Ray J. Ray J is bigger than Nene.
Yeah.
So how you gonna down these people?
I'm downing them because do you watch Zeus? The chair throwing, never have a storyline. I'm subscribed and I keep giving them benefit of the doubt every time because they can produce a great trailer, but then when you watch the shows, there's no substance.
But that One More Chance stuff is real good though.
But the One More Chance stuff is on and on and on with no story. Like a lot of crazy stuff is happening, but there's no good story.
Yeah, Nene don't have a story.
You lost Sam.
Don't go. This ain't so I'm bashing Nene.
I think Zeus's quality is great. I think that they do a good job with great ideas. Their cameras are great. They do good audio. They do great editing.
Said she wanted to produce and all that. She can go over there and show them how to do it.
He is such a Nene fan.
Right.
He cares.
Well, thank you for calling. I want to hear what Lisa has to say.
Okay, well, have a nice show.
Have a nice night. Night. Okay. So I wanted to talk about. I was watching, I think when Candy first came on scene, and her and Nene had a moment or whatever in reference to the song and Kim. And then as time went on and seasons went on, Nene always had issues or whatever challenges with other cast members. However, in this final, the last season, when she was on there and then the whole thing blew up, she was saying like, I was asking them for help. I was asking them for help, and she was putting things out there after the season aired, explaining her conflict of what was going on behind the scenes. And no, she didn't air it all out all through the seasons or whatever, because again, we don't know all of the dynamics or whatever she was dealing with the producers. She probably was telling the background all along, like, I need some help. Like, I don't want to be the villain. I don't want to be always arguing and yelling and fighting and fussing or whatever with this person, that person or whatever. And they probably was like, oh, okay, we're going to give you a little bit of this, or, oh, we got you, we're going to cover you. And they probably never resolved the conflicts or whatever behind the scenes, because they like the action of drama on TV, because that was drew a lot of audiences in for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I also recall a time where she was like, because my thing was, it's like, wait a minute, she bringing these different individuals on the show, then they flipping on her, they beefing with her, and it'd be like so petty and stupid. It's like, that don't make sense. Like, you won't even beef with nobody out in the world that you barely know about something stupid. Like, that just don't even make no sense. And so then that's when I was like, okay, they really using her for the ratings to keep it going, because actually they do love her. They like what she brings to the table, but they do not want to give her what it is that she's worth. If I got to be the villain, even though I'm not the villain for real, and I'm saying like, look, okay, you want to give me this. Well, I don't think I deserve this, because at the end of the day, even when my husband was dealing with cancer, I'm dealing with all this stuff. I'm still battling with different women on the show that honestly, we don't even have no beef. There's no beef for real. There's no real beef. And even when people were beefing with other individuals, they would not focus on that so much. They would focus more on her, because she was the one to really have the major conflicts with. And hopefully it will give them some type of notoriety, to stay on the show, or however the case may be. And I don't think that at the end of the day, like, if you want to give her all of this negativity as she's a villain, or she's this or she's that, then look, you gotta give honor or tribute or whatever is due to her. You can't just be like, oh, okay, well, I need you to do this behind the scenes. I need you to do this. This is the producers, all of them, they talking, whatever. We need you to do this, Nene. Or they still going, oh, we need you to argue with her. We need you to pick a fight. And it's nothing. I remember even an issue with her and Claudia Jordan on the show. I was just like, why is Claudia coming so hard for her? It wasn't making no sense to me. But as I seen the show, I was just like, some stuff is like it don't make sense. And then it was just like, even in the hosting, like the reunion, I didn't like the reunion because some of the questions that the production or the team or whatever was allowing to be asked. And I was just like, dang, I wish we had another host to really ask like some good, legitimate questions and getting good, legitimate answers back, instead of it being kind of like surface over, if I'm saying it right. And it was just like that. Like, wait a minute, didn't Andy just ask a question, or didn't one of the girls just ask a question? How come it surfaced over, then boom, the camera goes straight to Nene? Well, then Nene, forget about my finances or with Marlo and this and all. Them say, okay, Nene, I'm mad at you because when I look back at the show, you was crying.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a double-edged sword to a certain degree. And I always watched the Housewives of Atlanta. It wasn't always just about Nene. I liked the whole entire cast from the beginning. You know, and as time went on, I just started seeing the digression of some things that was just more one-sided.
Every year they were dropping a person to
correct. And I'm glad that and I'm not no shade to her, because I really like her, but I'm glad she's not on this season, because now everybody can see the dynamics of the whole cast members, even with the alliances. It's like, oh, okay, now Candy, now you want to throw a little bit more shade openly, a little bit more with what's that child's name? Kenya. And I'm like, oh, okay, you putting a little bit more extra out there. You know how she be, don't mess with my man, my money, and my food. It's like, okay, so you having a moment because she ain't bring no food, girl, bye. So it's like, you know, I'm glad she's not on this season for right now. I'm happy about it, because now everybody gets to see the different dynamics on how, you know, like Nene said, I watch you just swerving. You know, you like that fish, you just swerving.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. I didn't know y'all were still struggling with this Nene thing so much.
Well, I think they are because, like literally, I feel like that's one of the reasons the ratings are down because, Nene took all of her people with her and she's telling everybody to, don't watch. So,
and it's not so much of a struggle, Bingeworthy. It's not so much of a struggle, but when you have certain theories or certain questions in your head and it's not being clearly answered, you kind of like question like, okay, well, why or what's up or whatever. What if it don't even have to be so much a Nene thing? It could be just like y'all was just discussing Deshaun Snow. Y'all was just, you know what I mean? So it could be certain things like, okay, well, why they didn't bring Deshaun Snow back? I mean, why didn't they bring Lisa Wu back? It wasn't like their storyline was horrible. So it's kind of like why you did, but you bring Sheree back like how many, like 15 times? I don't know. So at the end of the day, it's not about a struggle. It's just about certain things like, okay, well, why this and why that? And then why is all this happening now? It's not that, oh, okay, she just coming out and she's saying all of this now. She been saying it behind the scenes, unbeknownst to us and to whoever she probably communicated with to in private. And we just now catching it, even though we were already kind of seeing it on TV, if that makes sense. But I have always been a Housewife fan, and it wasn't like, I'm like, oh, okay, don't watch Bravo, don't watch this, don't do this, don't do this. I myself am not watching it, not because Nene not on the show, it's only because how the last season ended, and I didn't, particularly care for it, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, all but y'all have a great night, though.
All right, I understand. Thank you again for calling.
Thank you.
All right. So everybody else in the queue, I understand the Nene thing is a hot topic. And I understand that with what's going on with Nene, probably is affecting the ratings. But we've talked about Nene now for like the last 30 minutes. I want to talk about something else.
And we just want to have fun. We want to make this kind of lighthearted and okay, let's just have a chat about what's going on and let's just, chill. It's late or whatever. So it's late on my side, of the nation. I don't know about Justin, but anyway. So yeah, I mean, we get it. We run this whole Nene thing into the ground, but tonight let's kind of, talk about everybody else except or figure out again like what can we do different or what else can we talk about to entertain y'all as content creators, you know what I'm saying? Because it just gets kind of deep all the time to like constantly talk about the boycott, the this, the we've already talked about that, you know what I mean? And it's like beating a dead horse, even though I'm gonna keep beating it, but still.
I want to say shout out to B Stokes for the super chat and also Sam Smith. I guess I'll give Nene your message with that super chat. But B Stokes, are you talking about the show Chasing Atlanta? Are you saying you want me to talk about the show Chasing Atlanta?
Interesting.
Does anybody in the chat watch Chasing Atlanta? That's actually one of the shows that I stan. It's a show. It's like a YouTube show. It's not on a network, but it's follows like a certain like 7, 8, 10, creators in Atlanta. They've been wanting me to talk about that show for a while, but I'm too much of a fan. I feel like I can't touch it.
You like to watch it and it's more enjoyable than work?
Yeah. I spend a lot of time on YouTube. So like I work on YouTube, but I actually watch YouTube more than I watch TV. So there's a lot of different shows and videos and people I subscribe to. I subscribe to channels with people who are hatching snake eggs. Like I'm a YouTuber for real. So I don't always think to talk about all of them, but I'm loving the Chasing Atlanta love in the comments. Stay tuned.
Okay. I gotta catch up. I haven't watched that show.
Yeah, it's really, really good. They just finished their fourth season. Yes, fourth season.
Okay.
All right. So for the next segment, what should we talk about, Michelle?
Oh, you put me on the spot?
Well, we talked about like it didn't really go over well. We were supposed to talk about what people think. Let's get back to that. What scenarios do you guys feel could make this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 Bingeworthy, or if you feel like it's just like a lost cause and we just count this season as a loss, blame it on Rona, like what can we do for next season? And I'm gonna add another caller. Hello?
Oh, I'm in. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm well.
I really wanted to see some more of Latoya because her and her man, they were fighting on YouTube right before they started filming. I was like, I want to see some of that YouTube arguing on camera, and then they cut all her scenes. But then that's what made me subscribe to Michelle because Michelle kept saying, Latoya ain't got a peach. And I said, how would she know she ain't friends with Nene no more? And then the photo came out and I ain't see Latoya. I said, oh, she knew.
Are
She
you
told
the
everybody.
only source?
But no, I love the both of y'all so much. Y'all keep me entertained through this
Michelle
quarantine
showing out
so
with the super
much.
chat. Thank you.
Oh,
Ooh, Michelle putting Vanjie money in the chat.
look, you are like I have my own money too now.
But no, like I'm just saying, y'all content is so amazing. Y'all should check out Little Women in Atlanta. Miss Juicy, baby.
I always felt like it was weird to watch that show because I always felt like they were kind of picking on them. But then
It does seem.
I see like I watched a clip from when I guess they got in a fight and cut Miss Juicy in the face. And the way that they did their cameras and when they picked them up when they were fighting, they were laughing at them. Like I've never seen
But
anybody pick up a person laughing.
It is
there's
kind of
a Real
taking
Housewives in
advantage
South Africa.
of people with physical disabilities. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. And then with what's her name? The one who passed away, Miss Minnie. Like I feel like they're using her in promo, and it's just weird. It's weird. But
Yeah, I can see
still got to
that.
get this watch though.
But no, so there's a Real Housewives they have in South Africa. It's called Johannesburg Housewives. And
I've
so
tried to watch that. I can't find it anywhere.
I got the links. They ain't legal, but I send them to y'all in the DMs.
They can't be 420p. They got to be HD for me to watch it.
Yeah,
I'm
just
pretty sure it's
you can't
HD.
even watch blurry videos.
Yeah, I can't.
I doubt it's blurry. But no, Justin, I remember last year when the season 12 photo came out, I had made like a edit and I didn't have Eva in it, but I had Tanya and Marlo. It was all 7 of them. And I had put it in front of their intro background and I had sent it to you and you had posted it and you credit me and it made my day so much. I was like, oh my gosh, she liked my edit. And I agree with y'all when y'all said like the whole escape essence of reality TV, and it's just not that anymore. Because I'll be honest, I'm only 15, and I really needed that escape to reality TV. Because like seeing, say Miss Lawrence and Derek when they pop up, and just seeing that natural dynamic of Atlanta, it's just like, oh yay, like everybody's having fun in Atlanta. But now it's like it seems like they're going too much for the drama and it's not as natural as it used to be. But I agree with you. I want to see Deshaun Snow, Lisa Wu. Because here's the thing, Deshaun Snow wouldn't have been mad about Kenya not getting her no food. She would have got Uber Eats and it would have been a limo full of food. She said, who want to eat out my food? I'll bring a food truck.
Right. She would have catered
But I'm
the girls
excited
trip.
you doing Basketball Wives because Basketball Wives, I just started getting into that earlier this year.
Yeah,
And they are
Basketball
a
Wives is one
mess.
of those shows that I love probably 70% as much as I stand Housewives of Atlanta. But again, there's a lot of shows that I'm just a fan of. I didn't want to work with those shows, but I guess now I will. So I'm excited about Basketball Wives. Hopefully that's a show that you guys receive well here on my channel. I'm happy with the feedback I got on the video and the feedback I got on the Bingeworthy Instagram page that a lot of you guys are not following. I need y'all to follow Bingeworthy on Instagram. I gave up my Real Housewives of Atlanta name for y'all, and I need the love. Are you following me on Instagram?
Well, I do, because how else would I have saw you had reposted my edit and then you tagged me in it? I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay.
He posted my edit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you following and happy to repost anything. I don't repost often, so if I reposted, I must have really liked it.
Mhm.
Well,
Well,
thank
look,
you.
you're a mature 15. Like, I'm like, 15 where?
Well,
Well,
thank you so much for calling in. There's quite a few more people who are in the queue.
Thank
thank
So,
you.
you.
all right. Have a good night.
Y'all need to go ahead and like this video too. I know it's a whole bunch of y'all in here. Look, likes are free. Okay, I'll send him all my super chat money, but y'all can at least like the video.
Thank you for holding down, and thank you guys, everybody in the chat. I appreciate it. Sorry that I'm not responding to all of the comments right now, but you know, I'm having a good time. Are y'all still having a good time, or should we wrap it up? I want to see purple hearts if y'all are still having a good time. All right, I'm gonna take a couple more calls. Hello.
Hey guys,
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Uh-oh.
Bingeworthy, I watch your videos all the time. Hey Michelle.
Hey Tammy. Hey T Breezy.
Thank you. T Breezy, we can't hear you. All right, so Timmy, do you have any feedback for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 besides bringing Nene back or doing right by Nene?
Oh, you know I'm not talking about Nene. I got a question for y'all though. I'm just curious from y'all's perspective. I understand that everybody wants to know the dirt and everything before stuff comes out and everything, but do you guys think that within the last couple of years, with all the leaks and the stories and knowing how stuff played out and stuff before the show even airs, kind of ruins the experience, no matter how good or bad the season's going to be? If you know everything and everything's being played out in the headlines before the first episode even airs, does that ruin the experience of the season for you?
I feel attacked.
No, I'm just curious.
For me, it's kind of, I'll say no. A while back, I kind of felt like, hey, if I didn't know stuff, would I care more about the show? But I think a lot of people appreciate it, and I feel like for me, I try to be careful with how much I share. Like when I share something, I try not to ruin the complete episode. Even though when people say like, "Oh, I don't watch the show, I just watch your videos," I don't necessarily love that because I want people to still support the show. Because if people don't support the show, then this happens. Season 13 happens, and there's not really a future for me. But I feel like it works together. I feel like it builds hype, it builds momentum, it keeps the girls relevant, it keeps the show relevant. It's like we all work together. And that's the reason why I'm so surprised that after all this time, Bravo doesn't acknowledge and work more with people like me, Michelle. Michelle's had her stuff on episodes, but the last couple of seasons, they've, gone to more unverifiable sources. And I just feel like it would be really cool. I'm not saying that they need to have people like me host the reunion or anything like VH1 has done in the past, but it would be cool for them to acknowledge what we're doing socially, whether it's something on there like an Instagram live takeover.
You don't watch What Happens Live one episode.
Oh, well, yes, I was unwatched What Happens Live. But that was one time, and they have invited me back, but I've said no. But that's not the same as truly acknowledged. That was just fun. It's like, okay, like you want to come in, whatever, ask Wendy a question. That was great. It was fun. But that didn't do much for my platform. That wasn't very validating. That wasn't I didn't get a check for that. You know what I mean?
Or anything, so you're right.
I knew who you were as soon as I seen you pop up because they had you like you were just an audience member. I was like, no, he's not. I know him.
Yeah, that was fun. But I see like Netflix does a good job and like different shows do a good job. VH1 does a great job that one guy, I forgot his name. He has a whole career based off VH1 acknowledging what he did to promote their show. So it's just weird that Bravo doesn't do that. I think Kells or something.
Kendall, is it Kendall?
Kendall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendall.
Yeah.
And he's doing great things.
I'm
He's
gonna
going
write a
on to
letter,
be an
you
actor. You guys don't have to do that. It's just really their loss. And I think it's why their network is looking the way that it's looking. Like all the people who have been working in the background not to make people care, but to foster a great environment for people who watch the show when Bravo wasn't doing that. Bravo has never had like a designated space for their Black shows. Vanderpump Rules has an Instagram page. Like they've never done that for their Atlanta girls.
And so all of the Housewives pages have been like fan pages pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for the whole franchise, though, I mean, I watch pretty much everything except for like the newer one, the Salt Lake and the Dallas. I don't watch those, but I watch the other ones. And I don't see any videos on YouTube that are dedicated strictly to their webs or their shows.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't see anything like strictly New York or strictly OC or anything. Atlanta's the only one that I see, and actually, you two are really the only two that I watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really died down over the last few years, but yeah, I just it's so surprising to me that Bravo. I mean, behind the scenes, we've had discussions, and you know.
Yeah, our discussions are off the chain. But can I answer Tammy's question about, you know, if the drama like spoils the season for me?
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you want me to, but I feel like the drama doesn't spoil the season, just like this season with everybody reporting on Strippergate and all that. It pretty much is kind of pushing the narrative for the season, and they hope that with us leaking certain things that it'll make people want to watch. So I don't think that it spoils it. I think a lot of people think it spoils it, but you know, a lot of people, you know, kind of go to the shows to try to figure out, well, are these bloggers really spilling correct tea? You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, they want to see if it really came to pass the way we say it. And you know, since I've been doing it for so long, that's the experience that I've gotten from it. So,
and shout out to Wendy Williams and her documentary for really validating what you do and validating blogs, because it's just like, she was just like, the blogs did a good job spilling my tea. And I just feel like that just shows you how valuable what we do is. Especially Michelle, who actually writes and has like an archive over the years where people can go back and check receipts. Like that.
Yeah.
You guys will be surprised how much Bravo and people really appreciate what we do. So I wouldn't say that we spoil it. I think that...
No, I'm not saying you guys spoil it. I was just wondering if for you as a fan, even though I know this is what you do for you, this is your job or whatever, but you have to enjoy the show somewhat in order to be able to do this.
So you mean like for us...
that ruined it for you as a...
for us, for me, it kind of takes the fun away because, well, a lot of times it takes the fun away because whenever it's not giving me what I need, it makes it work for me. But back in the day, Michelle probably can agree, when the show was actually good, it was like, it wasn't even work. Like, we were happy to talk about it. Yeah. Like, we got a lot of, reward for it. People loved it. Everybody's happy. But for me now, sometimes it is ruined whenever like I have to talk about, like this last episode, having to talk about that was not fun, which is why I didn't.
Yeah, me too. I didn't.
But thanks so much for calling in. I want to take some more calls.
Thank you, Tim.
I appreciate you guys. Have a good night, both of you. Okay, bye-bye.
Michelle, are you ready for this next caller? Can you guess who it is?
Joshua.
I don't know.
T Breezy.
I miss you.
Who is it? It's Joshua.
I miss you.
Shoot the squad.
I miss you too, friend.
The three amigos.
I just wanted to call in and say I missed you.
You don't miss me, Joshua?
Yeah, well, you won't go out with me no more.
Oh.
You think I got the COVID?
Yeah, you might have the COVID. You be all out all times of night stuff. You don't even.
I have a question for both of you professionals.
Pardon me?
I have a question for both of you professionals.
Oh, okay.
It can't be about Nene.
So what?
It can't be about Nene.
It can't be about Nene.
They've been dragging it with Nene all night.
I'm never going to be invited back again over here because that's what's like, this ain't what I signed up for.
So I have a question. As a person who has a YouTube channel, how do you guys keep it fresh with content and creativity? Because I'm stalled and I don't have shit to talk about.
Michelle, you want to go first?
So you asking for advice, Josh?
Yes, absolutely. From the
advice that I've given you over and over and over again is turn the camera on and talk because you are naturally hilarious. Looking at you is funny. You're
so
like
I look funny.
A big joke. So basically, no, I'm kidding. I'm just saying you're funny. Your personality shines through, and I feel like only thing you got to do is sit there and talk. You're a great storyteller. So.
But I want to be classy based, and I'm trashy based.
You will never be no. Joshua, we'll talk about classy stories then.
But
for me,
I enjoy the trashy.
For me, I think that what's going to help me to get back into the swing of doing YouTube is just talking about what I want to talk about. And if something's not on my level or if it's not binge-worthy, not forcing it as much. And being okay if people don't like that. Because in the past, I've cared too much about whether people
you have to be, it's like, that's why I'll just be picking like random topics that I feel like some type of passion towards. Like I was talking about the T.I. and Tiny thing. I talked about the Wendy documentary. I talked about whatever. So I try to do that to kind of break out of the monotony of just talking about housewives in general. Shoot, I'm just gonna start talking about Atlanta gossip.
Okay. I get it.
That's it? You're not gonna give us a show tonight?
Right.
Well, I have one more question. I told him I'm trying to be.
Why you not on camera?
So what?
Why you not on camera?
I'm ordering food off Grubhub.
What's that got to do with you being on camera?
Because I'm using my phone and I don't feel like going upstairs. But give me a second. I can go up there. Hold on. What about to go through?
Okay, good. Look, go ahead, Joshua. Tell him.
So that's all I want to know. And then I have another question. What do you think I need to buy? My videos are trash. So should I buy a better computer, better lighting? Y'all see my videos. My video quality is trash.
So Justin, are you okay with him picking our brain like this, like trying to give him blog advice?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, I'll let it live. Well, get some cameras. Look, Joshua, you see me all the time, and I tell you what to do, and you never do it. So what's the point now?
Because I'm trying to be better.
For 2021.
2021, I'm trying to be a better black man in 2021. And in the name of Black History Month, I'm just trying to be on another level, another frequency.
You black every month, though.
No, I'm really not. I just turned black, actually. I've really been Caucasian.
I give up. Justin don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
I don't order my food, so I can come on.
What'd you get? Crab legs?
It's this place called ATL Wing Shack. That food is so good and ghetto.
I ordered from there before. It is hood. It is
very hood. And you can order Hennessy on the go.
Not Hennessy for real?
Yeah, baby. They put it in a little pack, a little zippy pack that you can. I ordered some 12 wings, fries, Hennessy, and a Sprite.
Is it a real restaurant or are they cooking out the kitchen?
Oh, it's like a club in there. One part is like a lounge part. They got sections in there. They're hood. You may get shot. That's why I ordered Grubhub.
I've been figuring out that there's a lot of restaurants on Uber Eats that aren't really restaurants.
That are people's houses?
I can't confirm that it's people's houses, but a lot of them have the same address.
Ooh.
And they have
So Miss Mary in the kitchen, really. And it ain't
template pictures. Like it'll be like the same picture of burgers for like 5 different restaurants.
Oh wow. Okay.
I feel like Shane Dawson right now.
Well, I'm gonna have to open me up one once they keep me off unemployment.
Look, so somebody said give Josh the advice he needs because everybody has their notebooks out. So Josh, the first thing I would tell
you know, you can wait, Michelle. I'll pay for the master class that you and Justin should probably team up and do together.
Okay. I keep forgetting it's Justin Page. I'm gonna stop talking.
You are fine.
Say something.
But that's all I want. I won't harass you, friend. I do miss you.
I miss you too. You said you was gonna come visit me, but you know, I'm over it.
Look, the girls cut off my damn unemployment a little early. So
Joshua.
I had to wait on my stimmy.
Have y'all seen that clip of it was like some white lady running from the news, from the media, because they were asking her about her participation in the riots.
I saw that.
I commented, my caption was when they asked me why I'm still claiming unemployment.
Oh, you spilling tea tonight?
Listen, you know what, Justin? Me and Michelle been making a killing on our stocks.
I told him he didn't want to listen.
I invested in Apple, Tesla. I did Affirm, and as soon as I sold my Affirm, they shot up. I did Poshmark. I did their IPO. Like I'm just not good.
Figures.
Really?
In the stock market.
Okay, so let's talk.
Right. Oh, now we got your attention. You thought it was a little $5,000?
How much?
$100?
How much did you have to put up?
Watching the SEC may be watching.
Oh well, you know what? We are very poor. We're both struggling.
I don't know nothing about no stocks. I just pick stocks because I like them. I don't do nothing.
And I am not on unemployment.
Listen, it would be great if Biden
no PPP,
doing the Black History Month. There would really be homage to us.
If he did what?
Drop the little stimmy during the Black History Month during February. That really would be homage.
He said, "Take this half black vice president and get out of my face."
I can't.
Period.
Let me turn my camera off. I can't with y'all.
I've said too much.
I forgot I was over here with these Trump supporters, y'all. I cannot. Josh and
Trump supporter.
I did vote for Trump.
At the insurrection.
Trump supporter.
I did vote for Trump. I wanted that $500 to keep coming because I was getting like $700 a week.
Period.
So I was a little upset when y'all was out there celebrating on my Biden. I was out there trying to look for Melania a new handbag. I'm like, no, ma'am.
All I want from Joe is my student loan forgiveness. Let's do it, Joe.
Right. And I barely graduated. They should really forgive me for that.
Right.
The views and opinions expressed by Justin Diego and Bingeworthy are not those of Michelle A.T. Elliott Brown and straight from the A, honey.
Let's do it, Joe.
Let's do it, Joe.
Let's talk about these stocks and buds, honey. Joshua called me every day with a new stock ticker. I'm like, you ain't gonna get me today.
Baby.
I saw your story the other day. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and you was doing stocks.
I'm on it 24/7. I gotta show you, Justin. You'll love it.
You
definitely show me, because I want to be a rich Caucasian Wall Street guru and come back and tell everybody on YouTube.
You should. Look, Black Wall Street 2020 has entered the chats.
Baby. I'm here for it, but I will get off. I do love you both, and I can't wait for the next time the three of us sit around some crab legs and some Hennessy.
Why is always gotta be that dark liquor, man? I need some light liquor.
Well, you know what? I go bourbon because I know what my friend likes.
Oh, ooh.
Period.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
All
right. See you later.
Miss you.
All right.
But just, that's your key. That it's time for you to come back to the A.
I mean, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm living my California fantasy.
Maybe,
of like-
maybe. Okay, well, just forget about your real friends. We need you.
All right, I'm gonna take some more calls.
Okay.
Hello, B Stokes.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
All right, I'm not gonna stay on here long because I was supposed to be doing homework and you are distracting me. So this is a problem.
Are you a member of the squad?
You, Bingeworthy, you already know. You already know.
Are you a member of my squad too?
No, that's what I mean.
I be in the bushes over there because see, you get in trouble over there.
we just like to have fun. I'm the hood. Justin is the buckhead and the Rodeo Drive.
I slide through my window down. I just be looking.
We have a good time. We welcome everybody.
But I'm okay. These are my 2 suggestions for the show. Either they need to scrap the old girls and give us a brand new cast. I think they were trying to do it with Portia and Fallon and LaToya and all these people, but the Atlanta fans are tough to get in. Y'all don't let nobody in. None of the new girls ever stand a chance, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that would actually help because we're kind of tired. Well, I'm gonna speak for me. I'm tired of seeing the same stories. We done seen people get married, get divorced, get remarried again, have kids, go off to college, have grandkids. We've seen this story for 10 plus years for most of these women. You come to the end of the road. We need new blood. And if they don't want to do that, honestly, maybe they should just leave while they're on a high and give us a new city.
I think that's what Beverly Hills has always done really well, introducing new girls slowly so that they never have to scrap their whole cast. And I wish that Atlanta would have done that.
I think it's the fans though for Atlanta. I think that every time you bring someone new in, the fans demolish them. There hasn't been a new person that's come in that's been liked for real since who? Portia.
But I feel like that happens, that breakdown of them not being strong enough happens before we even get the show. I think the girls be breaking them down before we even get to them.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's a loyal, people are just loyal to the cast. I understand it's been 10 years, but at the same time, if you were to bring a new younger cast, they gonna be going through the same thing: divorce, marriages, babies. So when you say it's the same storyline over and over, it'll be the same storyline with a younger cast. So now these old women have already went through all that. Now what's next? And I feel like, because the age range has kind of grown with the show, it's people who have went through all that as well. Now we want to know what's this next phase in life gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't be on reality TV forever.
But that's true. That's true. But I mean, how old you think Andy is too? You know what I'm saying?
I feel after this moment reunion, Andy need to
But you understand what I'm saying? You can't say that these women have, kicked the bucket just because, they got married, got divorced, and had kids. Because now it's now you're a grandmother. Now you got to deal with, other things. So, I mean, we see that in the Caucasian shows, they still have families and grandkids and everything else is still on there. Look at Catherine Manzo, her whole family on there.
Who is that? I don't know this person.
The lady from New Jersey with the red hair. You know what I'm saying? And then Chris Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Is she too old? And then her whole family below her, and everybody got babies and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's why not continue the legacy with these ladies? In my humble opinion,
I just think because it's not interesting.
Well, I think the problem is they just got to the point where they peep game too much, and they are trying to produce themselves, and there's so much that they won't do anymore. They want to look great and perfect all the time. They want to be in control of whatever drama there is, and I just feel like it's they just know too much. It's like trying to do an entry-level job when you're better than that now. And it's just either Bravo can shake something up to where it's totally new for them. Kind of like how with Basketball Wives, they're putting them all in one house. Like that forces the season to be a different type of season. It's gimmicky, but it won't be the same type of show. So I don't know what they can do. I just feel like they know too much. And if we had been there this long, we would know better too.
Do you think that's like the wave of the future, like with this whole COVID thing, is them putting like all of the people in the house? Because they did the same thing with Love and Hip Hop, didn't they? Love and Hip Hop family reunion.
I think they are doing that. Maybe.
Is that a show or a special?
It's a special, I think, right? Like a 6-week special.
But it's 6 episodes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I thought it would be like one episode.
Right, but they could generally like make a season, like the same thing, I guess, like how they're pushing this whole Strippergate thing, and they're all at the house. So basically, they're like, in a bubble. They don't have to worry about the whole COVID test or whatever because everybody is right there. So I don't know.
But even with that, like, okay, we have them in the house for these 3 episodes. They're all together, but you can't get a season like last episode. You know. We've been sitting here waiting on pins and needles for 8 episodes for the stripper to get here. Like, we can't carry a season like that.
You're absolutely right. I don't know what's next, but yeah.
But I want to see more of the new girls. Even though LaToya, I don't really see it for her. She is like the baby Kenya. We have Fallon, who could kind of give us this opulence that we want. I want to see the jets. I want to see the money. Her backyard was beautiful. I just want to go swimming. Drew is giving some, like, I like Drew for the show. She's giving us something this season. I think that
I feel like if we got
them
Drew
trying
in a different season, if Drew came in a different season, like it would work out better. But I just think she came in at just a weird time.
I think it's because it's such the age gap. You have the aunties and the nieces, like they say, and it's not genuine. It's not authentic. They would not be hanging out. Cynthia would not be hanging out with Fallon on a Tuesday.
You got
if not for them being in this house.
But Candy made a good point. Like she hangs with Shamia and all of them all the time, and then they calling her auntie.
That is true. That is true. But she can go to. I'm sorry, and I like Candy, but she can.
Ooh.
But Candy is a different kind of girl, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like she's been in entertainment and stuff. But when you think about just a regular, well, none of them are actually regular. But if they were, married with kids or whatever, would they really just be hanging out with Portia? And now would Portia even be hanging out now that she got a baby and she trying to allegedly make it work with Dennis? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Right.
I'm sick of that, but I ain't gonna say nothing on it. That ain't what we talking about today.
Right. Well, thank you so much for calling.
All right, I'm gonna do my homework for real.
All right, chat with you later.
All right.
Thank you, B Stokes.
All right, we have a lot more calls to get through.
Ooh.
I'm getting tired.
See, that's how I be feeling.
Maybe I'll stay home for some super chats. I'm playing.
Yes, support the channel, you guys. Like this video, donate to the channel. Bingeworthy's cash app is down there. $ Justin Diego. We need Justin to come back full time, and I don't know what he's doing. He playing.
Shout out to Adam Williams who sent me some money on Cash App. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm not used to getting the coins because I don't go live.
Yes, come through.
But thank you guys for watching the video. There are 600 people in here. Please give me at least 600 likes. All right. I'm going to take some more calls. Hello?
Hey, y'all. Can you hear me now?
Hey, Breezy.
Hey, guys.
What's up, squad member?
Hi. So, hey, Justin. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. So listen, I just want to say that I just cannot watch you in real time. I can't. I hear your voice and I just see the emoji. That's all I see. You hiding behind that tree. Somebody you gonna call the police on Cynthia, okay?
With the blood wig on. With the Bingeworthy exotic.
Yeah.
I wish I could do my emoji on live. That would be so much fun.
Right. Right. So, Justin, I got a question. I don't want to talk to Michelle. Don't tell, okay? But look, you from North Carolina? How you meet Michelle?
I met her in Atlanta when
Okay.
I first started doing housewife stuff. Like I couldn't help but find her because she was just holding it down. Every time I Googled anything, anytime I stole a picture, it
Industry.
was coming from straight from the A.com, and I was like, wow, like this is a really nice site. I can watch the show, I can get all the tea, and I just kept going to her site.
Oh.
Yes, used to reach out to me in DMs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Begging to work for her. She wouldn't
Yeah,
hire
I
me.
missed that boat. You know how you be like, dang, I should have did it.
What?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness! How long ago was it?
And what did
That
I
was
tell you, Justin?
you told me like you weren't mean, but you were just like, oh, what did you say? Like you just weren't looking.
No, I wasn't looking, and I was like, I feel like you do better on your own.
Oh
Like,
yeah, you did say that.
yeah.
And I
I
was just like,
really
oh, she
support
did.
entrepreneurship. Like,
Mhm.
even though I probably needed somebody to help me build my brand,
Mhm.
I just saw what you were doing and, your Housewives blog, your site, your video, like all the little things you were doing all together. You were destined for greatness. And look at you. You're
Thank
great.
you. Back then, I think that I never gave myself permission to just own it. I always felt like I was kind of doing it for the show,
Mhm.
and my goal was to be appropriate for the show, to never be mean to any of the girls, like to like tread lightly. And then finally, I was like, you know what? These hoes don't really be invite me nowhere. They don't be saying thank you. They stop reposting. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do what I want to
They
do
only
with.
hit you up when they want some.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
Well, so when you say these hoes,
oh, sorry.
The real Justin came
These
out.
ladies,
Go back to the Bingeworthy now. This is me branded over here.
these black queens.
who exactly are you speaking it of?
Like all of them. The only person who used to consistently support me was Candy publicly. Portia behind the scenes. Nene would, be cute and make a way out of no way. Uh, Kenya has never. Kenya has always been behind the scenes, which is
Pause.
crazy because I protect her the most.
Right.
And Cynthia is supportive in terms of liking stuff or whatever, but I'm still mad she didn't follow through on inviting me to the wedding. She led me
That's what
on.
I was about to say. You didn't go to the wedding?
Right.
So
Um,
your team is only supporting you behind the scenes every now and again.
well, now, like I would say, probably the last 2 years, I haven't wanted their support as
Oh,
much.
okay.
Because it's hard to do. It's kind of like with Wendy Williams. You can't be like, "Oh, hey, girl, yeah, girl," and then fill in their tea. So I decided I'm okay with never being in DMs, never calling y'all, talking to y'all. I want to be able to have the freedom to spill the tea, and my loyalty switch from being loyal to them and being loyal to you guys.
Okay, so this question was asked to you earlier, Justin, and I don't think I heard your answer. They asked the first guy that was on asked, "What was your favorite season?"
I would say season 5 and 6. Season 5 is that when Kenya and Portia came. When was the fight? I think that was 5.
I think it was 5. It was around 5 or 6.
Yeah. Around season 5, 6, and 7, I forgot. I would have to see like clips, but season 5, 6, and 7 were the best of times. And then outside of that, I stand Deshaun Snow. But
I stand I stand Sheree Whitfield. I used to get paid reading Sheree. So, yeah, I think what was that up until when did she get the boot? When she came back and got the boot again, that was like season 8 or 9. I don't know, but they done gave Sheree so many chances. Like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I was running that. Well, not running it, but I was one of the people pushing that hashtag bring Sheree back. But after she came back and did the Kim thing, I'm
Yeah.
good, sis.
And I feel like they only brought her back to like wrap her little story up in a bow. Like, to give her an opportunity to outlive all the jokes about Chateau Charade never being Neverland. So now we see it's quote unquote finished. So now she can, ride off in the sunset. So I felt like they at least gave her that opportunity.
Well, then now they need to bring her back so she can finally get She by Sheree going, because it's spring, summer.
She fumbled the bag though. She should have did it when they brought her back.
Right. Or when her boyfriend gets out of jail in 2025 or whatnot.
Oh, that was another reason why I was done, because it's just like, girl, like that's really what you're choosing. Like that's one of those things. You know how sometimes housewives lie about their storyline? That's the thing you lie about, girl.
Yeah.
That's the thing
that's
you
my
hide.
point too about, I hate to bring it back to Candy and the baby daddy drama and the child support and You a Millionaire. Sheree and the whole I got a man in jail. It's just always some type of negative type of stereotype around, these male-female relationships. And I just don't like that. And not to say that that's not reality, because in some cases it is. But these women are, kind of bigger than that. They could have done so much more, and still gave us entertainment.
So, Justin. Okay, I'm going to move to Michelle. Michelle.
Yes. Now you want to talk to me?
Hey, girl.
Hey.
So my question to you is, like, what made you want to be friends with Justin?
I didn't.
You didn't? You did not?
Where he go?
Look at my picture. Look at my picture.
No, Justin is so, I don't trust people. You know what I'm saying? I've always said that. And Justin is one of the most trustworthy people. And I love the fact that he is free with information. You know what I mean? Like, I know I give information freely, but Justin, to me, you've always like made sure that I was good about certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know you can and get this money and do this? And I'm like, for real? And then Justin always follow up my, did you do? And blah, 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 blah. And here go the link and yada, yada, yada. And so, I'm the same way. I give and take. And so that energy, I just like people who support me, and I support people who support me.
So you don't think it got nothing to do with him being from North Carolina? Do you not see a trend?
Is Josh from North Carolina too?
Josh is from North Carolina.
So all y'all North Carolina people are
yes, girl. We is in North Carolina, girl.
Oh, okay. Well, you from North Carolina too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it must be, because North Carolina people are nice.
That's right. That's true.
Why y'all like me? Is it because I'm from Atlanta, by way of Memphis, Tennessee?
Dre said you want from Atlanta side.
Yeah, forget Dre.
It's the talent for me.
Right. That she denies constantly.
Thank you for your call, T-Boy.
Thank you for calling.
All right. See you guys later.
Appreciate you, T-Brown.
All right.
I'm going to take 2 calls because there are still quite a few people.
You got to learn to just say bye, honey, because they're going to be calling all night long. And then, look, unpin the link, because they still clicking that link in the chat.
I'm a beginner live streamer. All right. So this next person, Dr. Grayson. I got a doctor and a nurse. I'm going to add both of you guys together.
Oh, yes. Dr.
Hey.
And a nurse.
Hey. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Bingeworthy.
Essential workers coming through.
Right. Oh my gosh. Michelle, thanks for sharing the link. I hadn't heard of Bingeworthy. I love your voice.
Thank you.
You've been missing out. Bingeworthy is a G. What did you say?
I see. Oh my gosh. I really, really enjoy his voice. It's so calming, but yet it's like informative and it keeps you up.
And if you just get here, y'all need to go watch some of Bingeworthy's
Don't
videos.
make me blush.
Yes, I have to watch. I gotta watch all of them. Well, as far as like this going on with the whole show, we can't blame the pandemic. Unfortunately, the girls have no talent, and it's showing. It's the talent for me that's missing.
Hold on, wait. We have one more person to be introduced. Dr. Grayson.
Hi. How are you
Hey,
doing?
Dr. Grayson. What's up, Nurse and Nerd too?
I'm Dr. Grayson.
I'll let
I
the
So
have
lady go first, then I'll express mine.
okay.
thank you,
Oh,
Dr. Grayson. So with
You're
that
welcome.
talentless cast going on, I don't know about you guys, but I remember how the Real Housewife of Atlanta. It was a bunch of fun girls. Like Michelle said, I don't think that the age is really like a big concern. It's just when you watch them, you want to go outside of the realm of your home. I now want to into the realm of those women that are living this type of glitzy lifestyle. Whatever age that is, that's what it is. And unfortunately, I think with our community, I don't want to say all of us, but it seems with us, we kind of like more mess than substance. So the other women, they're able to show huge different dynamics of their family, especially with Kim. Corey and that foolishness is boring as heck. But with us, they expect us to always snatching wigs and reading and girl and this. Listen, everybody day to day isn't that. That's a small little bit. But allow them to teach us something, and especially with us going through this whole transfer of power, transfer of decades, all this thing. It's like we're really growing within the community on social media. So let's learn like a new way of things. And it's like, why can't
before
we enjoy?
before you get too far off what you said like a minute ago, I wouldn't say Kim is a great example, but I think the best example of being as ghetto and messy as you want to be and still being like respected is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like
Oh yeah,
those
that's
girls have coke allegations, they have sex scandals, they have it all. And
but
then
you
they
know we
walk
can't
around
do
they
that.
walk around with their head held high. And I love that. So
But
I
you know
don't
we
think
can't do that, Benj. You
You
know
know,
we
like some
can't.
bougie, classy chihuahuas or something.
You know we can't. They would eat us alive.
I think well, I can't say what I want to
We would
say.
be all kind of drug addicts, and she's not a good mother. People be calling CPS. It's just
Right.
it's
They'll have the police at our houses
I
walking
yeah.
just
in to
want
see
I
if
just
we
want us
find
to give
something.
ourselves permission to though. Because I
You
feel
want us to give
like
our permission to be ratchet?
give ourselves permission to not hold ourselves to where we have to be perfect at all times. Watch somebody be a
But
little
that's the
ratchet, a little
world.
ghetto, and then move on. Like
There's nothing wrong with that, but that's the world. Look at Ti's freaknik that's going on around their house. All of a sudden, everybody is upset. Let them people have their freaknik episodes. Let's go ahead and let them people enjoy their life. But everybody want to attack them. The people are
I'm
not
sorry,
bothering
who'd you
us.
say?
The freaknik.
Ti. They
You
should
know,
have took some notes
you
from
don't
their
even
good friend
Justin probably
Candy
don't even
about
know
the
what freak
NDA.
I don't know her.
They should have took some notes from Candy about the NDA. They wouldn't have all these issues showing up.
Hello.
They might have told Candy about the NBA. You don't know.
Mm. I wouldn't be surprised they did something with Candy, but I'm gonna shut up.
But the last little note, I'm sorry, Dr. Grayson. Last note. Listen, Josh, if I was near you, Josh, you come on. You can't have these two seasoned veterans in the game giving you advice, and you calling in like the rest of us who's right here asking you to mentor us. And Bingeworthy, can we get some? Come on, Josh, you got to do better than this.
Josh just want to go out and drink. He don't care about nothing.
He want
Well,
his
can I
medicine.
take Josh's place? Because Josh is getting mentorship and he right here wasted it.
Well, I mean, that's the point. Like sometimes we don't want to talk about all of this. We just want to go out and drink too. You
Right.
know? But in doing so, I do want to see, him do better because I'm like, you leaving money on the table. Like literally, he has a monetized channel. He's funny. He's got people that will watch him, but then he won't go on because he say he don't know what to talk about. Just talk.
So
Well,
he
me
has
and
the
Josh could talk
platform, but
about
he's not
Valentine's
using it.
Day. We could talk about love.
Okay.
Me and Josh could talk about love. We
See?
trying to grow black love into the community. Come on, Josh.
Josh, are you listening? You need to have a love Josh, a dear Josh channel or something. That's
So
cute.
y'all saying he has the platform, but he's just not using it. That's what y'all trying to say.
Yes, he has a whole channel.
I ain't never heard
He
that.
values his personal life.
Maybe.
Well, my thing is, just on your note about Drew, they tried to have Drew in season 8, and she talked about it, but she had some issues with having a child, and she put her family before the show. But they tried to get her in earlier seasons when Nene had originally left. But I think this season is a flop. I honestly do.
I think they claim it's gonna kick in, but it's just been such a slow start, and all the negative drama surrounding it.
Like, yeah, they keep saying it's gonna kick in, and we waiting. Is it this week? Is it next
Right,
week?
like they hinting it. The best part of the episodes really be the previews for the next episode,
Mm-hmm.
and that's sad. I think that they should just do. I'd rather them have 2 more last seasons with 2 million ratings than try to give us these new people that ain't giving it to us and barely pulling in 1 million. Like bring
What do
back.
y'all think? What do you think about them ending it and taking like a season or two off? Give the cast time
To
to
rebrand it
rest and like
so
get
they can
themselves
rebrand.
together. Give
They have
us
no talent.
time
They can
They
take
don't
to
have
whatever
any
break or
talent,
not
like
take
you
a break.
said. See, I would say
give
this.
us time to like be like, okay, like we miss y'all because I feel like they're on that constant schedule. As soon as they wrap reunion, it's time to film again. And it's just like they never had a time to really like
Yeah.
relax. So I
Maybe
feel
they should
like
do. Oh, I mean, cut you off.
no, go ahead.
Maybe they should do like 1 or 2 more seasons with all the OGs, all the heavy hitters. Like, cause there's new storylines that could be had. Nene talk about her relationship with her grandchildren, all them baby mamas Brent's got, and also talk about her opening the Lenithia Lounge and all that. You can get Phaedra with Apollo and their child issues and how Apollo is a deadbeat and don't want to take care of his children and how what she did to Candy. You have so much stuff that you could. You have so much stuff that you could get out of them. You just got to get it. Like you said, it's like they trying to produce their self. Like you know that what's the thirsty baby mama? She's been on YouTube, started a whole YouTube channel to talk about Brent. Get her on the show. That is stuff that we would like to
Well,
watch.
they found out
No,
that
I
she
don't.
wasn't
I don't
the
know
real
about
baby
that
mama.
now.
They
She's not
found
the
out
baby mama?
that she was lying.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was lying.
Oh my goodness. That's a
Oh
shame.
Lord. Oh my God.
I
We
did
don't. Do we
I did
want
a
that
video
on the Real
about it.
Housewives?
I really didn't, but there's
Yes.
stuff that you can pour out of them. Is my point. Cause you
Yeah.
never see Nene as a grant. There's stuff that you can pour out, but like you said, they try to hide that stuff and make it seem like it's picture perfect.
Well, can we follow her to Maury then? Because she got to find who her baby daddy is.
Do we care? We don't know her.
Was
Right.
Maury canceled?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it canceled?
Mhm.
But I do, like you said, I think they should recognize y'all because y'all do keep us watching. Because God knows I wouldn't be watching if it's not for y'all. God knows, and I don't even watch now because I'm a Nene fan. But we're not gonna talk about Nene. And then I think where they messed up is they want to keep so many people for such a long time instead of cycling them. The viewers get too attached. Like if they kept Nene or somebody like that for 3 or 4 seasons, viewers would not be so attached to where if she goes, I'm leaving with her. And it wouldn't affect your ratings. If you kept a constant cycle of newer people and phasing out older people, it would be easier to just keep viewers in. But the longer you keep somebody, naturally, people are going to become more attached to that person.
And I miss Nene's one-liners.
Right. And it's not like, honestly, it's not like you can add new people because a lot of people are saying that Drew is the best thing we've had since Portia and Skin Your More Whore. They're saying that that's the best thing that we've had
About to mute your mic now.
since
Look now,
Gravel Run Skin.
Justin is Team Kenya, so you got to tread carefully now over here.
Oh, your team Twirl? Twirl
I'm
off.
team what's good for the show.
Oh, well, she is good for the show. Her and
Well,
her
she's
best.
dry right now.
She's dry just like her skin. Both bad for the show. But she is good for the show. I'll give her that. She acts a fool and plays the part of the foolish Joker. She does. But I think they want to add people like La Thirsty or Toyota. They want to add people like her on the show, and that's why we don't like them. And then Fallon, yes, she's glamorous, but she's like a Deshaun Snow. She's glamorous and fabulous, but what is she adding to the show other than checks and private jets?
But that's a good thing to add, though, isn't it?
Right. That's what we want.
Oh, well, y'all can go to OWN if y'all just want calm people that's going to sit there and drink on champagne and not have drama.
Nobody said that. Nobody said we don't want drama. We want affluence. We want to see goals. We want to be like, damn, I want a private jet now. I think it's so whack that what they did with the private jet storyline. Like, y'all really gonna make your storyline that y'all are jealous that somebody did a private jet instead of going home in a private jet?
Right.
Well, you know, Bravo got to make it seem like black women, we just destitute, and if we don't get they look,
But we give Bravo. Bravo can't do it if we
I
don't let them
have a
have it.
question, though. Why couldn't Mark or Kenya's mom take care of Brooklyn?
That's for another live.
I have an honest question.
Well,
Ain't they so
Candy
close?
did defend her and say she didn't have a support system and all that. But what about her aunt, her cousins, we don't know. But it is
Yeah,
what
where
it
they
is.
all at? Like, I know you're not that destructive that everybody in your close circle don't like you. I mean, but
and then let's not act coy because Kenya would be asking the same question if it was another cast member. She would be eating them alive.
Except
Bingeworthy?
this isn't Nene's channel.
I didn't say nothing. Look.
No, because it's not fair. Kenya can say like the most, especially with that Phaedra situation. She was ruthless behind that woman. But the moment anybody says a little bit of Kenya's truth, all of a sudden everybody else is the monster. It's not Kenya.
what do y'all think about Drew? Drew has been coming in hot on Twitter and different things coming for Kenya. And Drew seemed like she could, because people act like Kenya can't be touched. But do you know how many Scorpios there are in the world that will eat Kenya alive? There are a lot of people that could reach
All right. Well,
her.
thanks so much for your call tonight. I really appreciate both of you guys, Dr. Grayson and the nurse. And the nerd.
We can drag Kenya over on my channel another day.
I be
Thank you,
making
guys.
the lives Michelle do the work, but
Oh, that's okay. Well, I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for introducing us to a new person. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I do like your channel, Justin Diego. I may send you some money on Cash App. That's your Cash App, right? Justin Diego with the $ in front.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're
No
welcome.
problem. Have a good night, guys.
Thank y'all.
You too. All right, we have one last caller. Hello?
Hey, Justin. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Alaka.
Is this another
darling?
Yes,
squad
all
member?
the squad called into you today. I'm jealous.
Do you know what? I have been missing a lot of your lives. I'm kind of sort of back on a normal sleeping pattern now. And
Okay.
I wake up sometimes around 5 or going to 6 somewhere there in the morning. So like when I woke up, doing my rounds, and then I looked and I said, oh, is there a Patreon? I thought it was just Patreon at first. And I thought, oh, it's Bingeworthy. I was like, I actually really like this. I think you guys should do this more often.
I mean, you just ask the boss, honey. I'm down. I'm down, baby.
Yeah, I think you should do this more often and bring in Justin as well. See, I always mix Justin and Josh. Their names, the J's. I think you bring in Josh as well.
Yeah, I can't make any
really
promises. Getting on live is a huge production.
It is. It
Lighting, sound, having a
It's
topic.
cute, though. Look at your background.
I'm so
cute.
It's a production though. I'm grateful that Michelle agreed to be my co-host because I normally like to prepare like a topic and like have edited videos that I can play during the live.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to get on live tonight. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna open it and have like a fireside chat. So I'm glad that you're here. Do you have anything specific?
Yeah, basically, I wanted to say, how like they have two things actually. A lot of shows and programs, they tend to have the name has escaped me, where they bring a bunch of people and they give their opinions before the rest of the public know whilst they're still testing a show. What is it called? Like they bring a bunch of strangers, right? And then they show them clips and things like that. And then they get to give their opinion. And then they base that on whether they can proceed to kind of try and produce the show, like when they're trying to measure the demographics, like the age groups, what do they call them? Something
Focus groups. Focus groups.
And I think they should utilize people like yourselves to be part of the focus groups, first of all, and then also, how like the housewives have is it the after show or whatever, where the ladies sit down and then they discuss what happened, like I think it happens after each show, right? Where they sit down, like
it did last season. I think last season they did that.
So
are they doing it this season?
What do you mean?
I have no idea.
What the
you remember they had them go to like a whole set and it was like called the after show?
Oh,
you don't watch it, Michelle?
Watching the Housewives or watching something else? I'm so confused.
The after show, when the ladies are giving their feedback on what they were up to. Like basically, they would talk about that current episode that aired.
You probably never watched it.
No, I
never watched it. Did she?
Yeah, it was so whack. Everybody's saying they hated it. I hated it too.
You remember they also used to do written blogs once a week. That is
true.
Remember that?
They did do that as well. And I honestly think that after show would have been better had they brought in bloggers like yourselves, like literally to sit with the ladies, and ask them real questions and literally put them on task. That way they can't skirt around producers, because what I feel like, and because when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is just the same as confessionals, basically, because they're still not really addressing things the way they're supposed to address them. That was the whole point. I would have thought that was the premise.
Oh, now I remember with like Eva and them and whatever, Marlo and Nene sat in one.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about that. I had a meeting with Bravo probably a couple of months before they did that. And we talked. They said they were so happy with what I do on YouTube and so happy with what I've done on Instagram. And we really tried to like find a way to where I could do something with Bravo. But the place, number one, there's like so many different departments for Bravo. There's the production company, there's the network itself, there's PR, there's advertising. It's not just like a show that goes out. Like there's so many people who are a part of it. So the biggest conflict, and I was working directly with like the president of like the reality TV division, and they just kept having an issue saying, how do we amplify you and work with you when we need to do this for ourselves? And it's like, why would we pay you? Or like, if we do this and we allow you to do this, it takes away from driving people to our own website. So after a while, they quit responding. And I think that was like the biggest mistake, because it would have been so iconic, like you said, with the after show, if that was a me, if that was a Michelle, even if it was a rotating seat, because
you guys would have read them as well if need be, and it would have been inconsequential to the ladies, because they wouldn't have to read the other ladies. Do you see what I mean?
And I think it's corny when
you were wrong for that. You done that. We saw you do that. Why did you deny this? Do you see what I mean? And I think that would have created a very different dynamic.
I think that is really corny to ask the housewives what they think about the housewives. Like nobody cares what y'all think. y'all are the topic. Why would we ask the topic about the topic? That's weird.
Right. It makes no sense whatsoever. And which actually what you've just said brings me to what I've always thought and what I've felt for a really long time now, even before the whole Nene situation happened, the boycotting and stuff like that, where I honestly don't feel Bravo are for Black people. To be honest, if you were a white person, they probably would have given you more pull to go through. Do you see what I mean? That opportunity. I honestly feel Bravo is not for Black people. And I don't feel that there is a real place to have proper success and have Black people be reflected in the right way on Bravo. I just don't think it exists unless
I can't say that for sure. I think what it is for me, the way I was able to walk away from it and not be bitter and to change and do Bingeworthy differently and just say, hey, you know what? You've done this whole time expecting to be seen by Bravo. You've been seen by Bravo. They just don't have the tools, or they don't know how to handle you or deal with you. And it's like, instead of being broken or sad about it, I just was just like, okay, they're just not a brave network. VH1's brave. VH1 has Drag Race. They have gay shows. They have trans shows. They have, like, they're brave. They experiment. Bravo is like, you need to be white. You need to look a certain way. Or if you're going to be like a different race, you have to be super wealthy, like Shahs of Sunset. Like, they have every one of their shows look the same way except the Atlanta shows. And it's sad because they only will give Atlanta Sunday nights, and they'll only film Black shows in Atlanta. Why not Chicago? Why not different cities? We exist all over the world. Why are you only telling Atlanta stories? So for me, I just think that, yeah, sure, maybe they are racist. Maybe it is a Black thing. But for me, I just think they're not brave.
And I think their lack of bravery is what makes it not a good place for Black people, racism or not. If they're expecting a certain status quo. Do you see what I mean? That fits, unfortunately, right, a certain race. Black people don't live the way white people live, even if they're filthy rich. That's a fact. Do you see what I mean? So if they're not going to be flexible, at the end of the day, they've got people like Andy who are gay and things like that, right? If you want to be cosmopolitan, be cosmopolitan. Do you see what I mean? At the end of the day, don't be one-sided of cosmopolitan, because that's not how a cosmopolitan society works. It's a mixture of different cultures, where you get to see different things, and it's sad, that it has to be like that. But I think unless Universal themselves come up with a whole different channel where they can be more diverse, right, in different cultures, in different backgrounds and things like that, especially now when you've seen a lot of interracial relationships, marriages, the next generation that's coming up is all mixed up. What are you going to do then? You're going to try and force a mixed race child to try and act white, maybe if they're more, leaning more to the black side. What are you going to do? They're going to lose out on viewers. Right now they might be okay, but they already are losing out on viewers. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely not okay. I think across the board. There was a show, I don't know, tell me in the comments if you guys watched the show. There was a show called Invite Only Cabo. Did you watch that?
I think I heard of it. I don't think I watched
that on
it.
Bravo?
Yeah, it was a black it was what's her name?
Oh, with that guy, he was a stylist or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was, to me, I thought like, wow, Bravo gave black people a chance. And if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't on Sunday nights. It may have been on Sunday nights, but I feel like it was on like a Thursday. And I was like, wow, Bravo is being brave. Like, these aren't celebrities. Like, these are regular people who are there giving a chance for us to like fall in love. And the show was really good, but they didn't get another season. And I just feel like if you guys pay attention to the shows that Bravo has done, sometimes they'll be good, but for whatever reason, like, you never see them really doing things very different.
Renewing the shows.
Yeah, I low-key think they don't want to see the scales get tipped, because like this episode, I actually did watch this recent episode because I thought it was going to be Strippergate, right? And I was like, because I wanted to see what the big fuss about, so that I can have a much more like, informed, opinion. And when I looked at it, the whole jet fiasco, I was like, really? Have we really stooped that low into making it seem like the other ladies cannot afford a jet? And also, even where they went to live, I was like, dang, that just looks like Airbnb. Like, what are they doing? It literally looks like
in
Airbnb.
better places.
Huh?
I've lived in better places. I've done better Airbnbs.
Right.
My partners, his friends, every year in February, they take a trip to Jamaica. It is Black excellence in a way that I had never seen before. And they do it bigger than Housewives. And I'm just like, what's happening? Like,
you know what
how
I mean?
are these regular people coming from Atlanta, going to Jamaica every year? And it's Bravo worthy.
Remember, Justin, when you were behind that whole campaign to like, send the girl somewhere else other than Savannah or Daytona Beach or whatever. So it's like they've always been like, I don't know, put on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to their travel arrangements.
Right.
Because even when they were in Barcelona, weren't they in like a dump, and then they like were moved to a bigger hotel later?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I remember that as well. And it's kind of like the ladies go, oh, wow, this is beautiful. I'm like, what are they talking? I'm sorry. Are we watching the same thing? Are we looking at the same rooms? What are they talking about? Like, the whole place was trash. And I was like, this is not what we want to see. And like Justin said, we want to see them living the high life. Like, and I think the problem that they have in terms of why the show has gotten more boring and boring, one is obviously leaning towards the trashy type of reality show, but also because they've taken away us seeing them building their businesses. Like, a lot of them have really developed some of their businesses, but we've not even seen those processes happen. Do you see what I mean? We've not seen them at least work through that process, so we can learn something. Like, the reason why I watch any reality show majority of the time is because I want to learn. You see what I'm like? Oh, reality, I'm going to get to see the behind the scenes of how they do this, how they got to here, there. And we don't even
manifest it for yourself.
Sorry?
So you can manifest it for yourself.
Right, so I can learn something from it. And we're not learning anything from it, but becoming like, and when you are invested in a show and you develop, who you like and stuff like that, you end up as equally as frustrated. And that's why I stopped watching Housewives even way before, to be honest, the boycott, because I was like, this is giving me high blood pressure. I can't do it. Like, it's frustrating me, and that's not normal. I was like, I'm not doing this. It's annoying me because I was getting annoyed on behalf of those women, like this I can't, like, it's just no, but yeah, that's literally all I had to say.
Oh,
right. Well, thank you so much for calling. Everybody is loving your voice.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you a lot. Love you.
Love you.
Good
Justin
night.
will continue supporting.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that is all of the calls.
You were brave today. You took everybody. Look at you.
This was actually really fun.
And you see how these shows can easily become 2 hours. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Dang.
Yes, I be trying to cut it at an hour. And next thing I know, I look up, I'm at 2 hours and 30 minutes. Like, dang. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, somebody in the comments brought up Bling Empire. Have you watched that on Netflix?
I did. I watched several of them. I fell asleep. I got to go back and watch some more. But yeah, it was kind of interesting to see, they're rich. You know what I'm saying? So
I was excited to see the way Netflix would do reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
they've been doing it, the little dating shows that they had.
Yeah, but they don't have a huge reality TV category, and most of their reality shows are kind of like competition, not really lifestyle.
Okay.
So
I like the one they did with the 2 gay stylists. The one was a stylist, and one was an interior decorator.
Styling Hollywood or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that one. That was good.
That was Carlos.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he did a good job with that because I watched that and I was really in it.
Yeah, and I told him. Well, I keep asking about it, but he said that right now, because of COVID, their big storyline was like preparing for like award season. So there is no award season. So they're still trying to decide how to do that show.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming in and enjoying this live with me. And thank you so much, Michelle, for inspiring me to do the live. And
thank you so much for inviting me.
And being a great co-host. We did not have any real drama. Isn't that good?
It is good. I told you it wasn't gonna be no drama. And if it is drama, just hang up on them, child.
Right.
Well, now we can expect to see Justin doing more live videos, since he'll be on camera all clear with his his power showing.
Right. So yeah, I do plan on. Originally, I was gonna do something tomorrow, and I was just kind of playing around tonight. So I'm going to work on some more content. Basketball Wives is airing next week, so probably next week I'll do my first review on that show. Well, second review. Hopefully this Sunday, the episode of Housewives is actually binge-worthy, because
this Sunday it's a bye week because Super Bowl is this Sunday, so it's not coming back till next week. This Sunday, though, they said in its place they're gonna air an episode with Sheree and Dwight watching a video from this season, I guess. Right, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess I won't be doing a Housewives episode. That's good, because I'm not really.
Yeah, you got another week to work on.
Right, and that buys them some time for Strippergate.
I guess we'll see.
But,
I hope it gets better, but whatever.
Right. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we go?
No, I just want to, say happy birthday to you. I'm sorry I got your birthday wrong in the chat. But I was like, oh my God, it's Justin's birthday when I saw you like posting on social media. And that was just a couple of days ago. So yeah, happy birthday.
I did something different. This year is the first year that I haven't like talked about it on social media before.
Mm-hmm.
So I deactivated my Facebook, because y'all know people you went to school with and people you don't even talk to no more, they love to give you those slam you with happy birthdays. And it's just like, you don't remember my birthday. Facebook told you it was my birthday.
It still takes action to do that now.
Yeah, but I just wanted to have like a peaceful, real celebration for myself. So then I shared after.
Okay.
So,
No, I understand. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself watching and whatever else you did. I was jealous when I saw your Instagrams.
Thank y'all for the birthday wishes.
Yeah, send Justice some birthday love if you have it in you, or just like this video and let them know you like them. And watch some binge-worthy videos. Dang it!
Right. Tell the YouTube algorithm y'all still want more binge-worthy.
Okay, and follow me too if you haven't already.
Thank you, Kiana. Oh, absolutely. Follow Michelle ATLian Brown. They already follow you.
Your channel bigger than my channel. I'm just part-time, honey. You was big leagues.
You've been holding it down. I've barely been posting.
It's all good. I'm trying. But I appreciate you. Thank you again for inviting me and having me. So I will say good night.
The pleasure was mine. Have a good night.
Good night, squad. Good night, everyone.
Thanks so much for tuning into this binge-worthy discussion. I want to shout out everyone who called in tonight and everyone who joined in on this conversation in their own way. I really feel so good about our discussion, and I cannot wait to do it again sometime really, really soon. And I definitely want to give a very special thank you to everyone who sent super stickers or super chats tonight. And shout out to all of y'all who became members so that y'all could use some of these emojis, and be official. All right, thank you guys again for watching this video. I will see you on the next one.